Hello and welcome to our sister circle, or I should say thank you to you all for letting me into your sister circle. Today, I'm Brande Victorian, host of BET Immersed, and we are here with a group of women who need no introduction, the cast of Sistas. We have Jordan, Tunde, KJ, Mignon, and Crystal. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here with us. I want to get into all things live sisterhood and, of course, season 10 of Sisters. This season, we have two new series regulars. I'm gonna give Jordan a second because we know we got thoughts on Cheyenne already. We've been talking about that. Today, I'm coming to you though because we know you from the fitness world, huge influencer in that space. Peloton, I was reading like your glamour cover. You haven't let on any hints that like acting was even a passion, anything you were pursuing. How did you land here?
Oh, wow. What a great question. I didn't let any hints. Well, I believe like when you're working on something that there's something that you really want to do, sometimes when you tell too many people, they put their energy on it or their limit for you or they're them almost wanting to pull you back. Like people have the power to put their energy on your blessing. And so I didn't tell a lot of people that it was something that I was even pursuing or trying. What was your question?
How you got here?
Oh, how did I get here? What did you ask me? How did I get here? How did I get here? Listen, how did I get here? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I can tell you why I'm here. I'm here because I have this wild belief that I'm capable of doing anything and everything that I want to do. And so I wanted to try something, and I decided to try something, and I'm here doing the something. And so I believe that I can. That's why I'm here.
Come on.
It did. Yeah, and you did.
I don't know where your leg is.
That's in there somewhere.
We haven't seen your character in Madison yet, but we have seen Cheyenne, who is coming with a bang. People have all sorts of thoughts when we're talking about that. But tell us in your words who Cheyenne Barnes is.
Cheyenne Barnes, Andy Barnes' little sister. Cheyenne, and I want the audience to warm up to her, so I don't even like to say who she is yet, because for one, I don't think Cheyenne quite knows who she is yet. And I think when someone, especially a young girl, is acting out, it's usually because something maybe happened, she's running from something, there's some trauma there. And so I had said this in another interview, but I said, be patient with Cheyenne. And it's gonna be like an onion, and she's gonna keep peeling back the layers, and it's gonna be slow.
Okay.
Just be patient. Okay. And I think everyone's gonna warm up to her. I know you can't tell right now, but I do think everyone's gonna love Cheyenne.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Andy, right?
Of course.
Yeah?
Oh, yes. They're gonna love her so much.
We know absolutely nothing about Madison. Is there anything you can tell us about your?
I will say with Cheyenne, I think there, like, if you give Cheyenne a moment, like, there are parts of yourself that you may see, or parts of your former self that you may see in Cheyenne. What can I tell you about Madison? Madison, she's like very confident and bold and successful, and she's a woman about her business.
Okay.
I think that Madison is at this place in her life where she realizes that she put her career first. And I don't know whether she thinks that that's bad or good. I don't think she's judging it, but I think she knows that she put her career first. And now she's like, where is love? Like, I'm ready to open myself up to that.
Okay. Okay. We'll be tuning in. Well, tell me, I've loved just kind of sitting around seeing you all together. And I'm curious, like, tell me that first day on set. Like, it can't be easy coming in season 10, you all, like, welcoming two new cast members after 10 seasons. What was it like bonding initially?
But it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
But luckily, it wasn't day one of shooting that we all got to meet. It was like we had this glam shoot.
Okay.
And it was a fun day, kind of like today, where we got dressed up, we got pretty, we had Beyonce playing, and we're just getting to know each other on a very organic level rather than like sitting around a table and we're like, and this is me. Right. And this is what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
We got to do that first and kind of rip the Band-Aid off that way rather than just walking onto set.
Okay.
And also, they showered us with gifts and love. Like I walked into my dressing room, there were things there already. There were wrapped gifts. Every corner I turned, I just felt so welcome and loved first day. Yeah.
Same. Everything she said. Like I came into it nervous and I came into it not knowing what to expect. And I came into it also prepared to, I don't want to say expect the worst because that's not in my DNA, but I did come in prepared to not know.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we had some time together before we started shooting, and it was just like, I remember like at one point I spoke with each of these women. They were like, I don't gatekeep. Like, if there's anything that you want to know how I do it or how to do it, I will share it with you because I believe that we can all be great together. And so the second that that energy was like put into me, it was like everything was great, wonderful, and it continues to grow. And we develop our relationships and connections and friendship and sisterhood. So.
Yeah.
KJ's got my number somehow before I even flew to Atlanta. I answered the phone. She was like, "This is your sister." She was like, "Whatever you need." She's like, "Come shine bright." And I was like, "Oh my!" I think I may have cried a little because I'm like, "Okay, wait. So this is already showing me the love that's waiting for me in Atlanta at Tyler Perry Studios."
Yeah.
That already helped.
That's good.
Did you all have people that did that for you? Kind of
We all
early
came
your
in
careers?
together, so yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we did not.
Just-
Well, I
Let's talk about it, girl.
Tyler Perry Studios did.
Okay.
They always made sure, like, at the beginning, we had, like, a beautiful bouquet of flowers. So shout out TP in the studio. But yeah, we were the first, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
We're lucky.
Yeah, we're
You are.
I always say we came in like to a well-oiled machine,
Yeah.
into a great group of women.
No,
I
we're
feel like
lucky.
I get to follow in their footsteps, and because of what they've done, what people have done before us, I just feel so blessed. I'm like, okay, let me just continue this legacy. Yeah.
We're lucky and we're fortunate. Like we've come into something that everyone already knows works, and that's because of the genius of just like the writers, directors, like and the talent of these women, and then the rest of the cast. Like it's like we're privileged to walk into something that is already winning, and we get to be here and just shine, you know. So thanks for the glow, sis.
KJ, coming to you. Andy got her mama and her sister in her house this season. I know.
Our
Audience, I
is
think
live.
they're sending prayers up. But tell us a little bit, where is your character this season? Where might she go?
Andy is facing herself. So with her mom popping in uninvited and unwarranted and shaking her life up, because Andy has created this, in her mind, what she wanted to be, this perfect little life. She's getting everything she wanted. She's released Gary. She's now a partner at the firm. She's moving up, and now she has everything she wants. And then her mom pops up and starts crossing every boundary that she has, including bringing her sister, Cheyenne, who doesn't even know a boundary. She wouldn't know if it bit her in the butt. So her mom and Cheyenne are both, Ms. Barnes and Cheyenne are both crossing boundaries. She's a very controlled person. The chaos usually finds her. She's not typically creating the chaos. So they're a part of what she ran away from. So she's facing herself.
Okay.
And parts of Cheyenne are triggering to her. And her mom reminds her of how things used to be, and she has to make a decision like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want things to be the way they used to be. So we see Andy standing on business a lot. She stands on business with her family more than she does with these men.
No comment. Right.
Clock that. Catch it. Catch it.
Got it.
So, you know, it's nice to see her, you know, stand her ground.
Yeah.
And so I think that we see Andy, we're going to see a lot of backstory for Andy, which we need to see, because why does she have these relationships with men like this?
Yeah.
Why is she so passionate about success? And why does she care how much her partner makes? Why does she care how much she makes? Why does she care about how her facade of a life looks, and instead of the core being real?
Yeah.
Why does she get catty with her best friends? You know? So we're gonna learn these things, and I think it's time. I think it's time that we finally know why she's the way she is.
Yeah.
And Cheyenne and Mrs. Barnes is going to let us inside her little, you
Yes,
know,
I'd
mind.
like to know.
Yeah.
I would too, because I went back to season 1 and started rewatching. I was like, I still got questions.
Yes. Yes. Some of your questions will be answered.
Yes. Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Mignon, I'm coming to you next. You know, this week's episode was a difficult one, you know, to watch with Danny and her story. And I know the audience is like, we just want our girl to find the right guy and like be happy. But I also feel like that was an important story to tell. What was it like for you, you know, acting out those scenes with Officer Marcus, but also why did you feel it was an important kind of story?
I honestly, I, I, I'm not at a place where I'm yet sure if we need it, you know.
Yeah,
But I know some people go through it,
yeah,
and they go through it a lot. My hope is that there is another side. Like there's something, we're walking through this valley of the shadow of death
yeah.
and not camping in it. Because we've been there a while, you know. She didn't been spat on, and
Yeah.
yeah, so it's been a lot of trauma, and I'm hoping that we see her win in the end, because I think there are a lot of women who have experienced a lot of trauma, and they need to see themselves win.
Yes.
And seeing themselves through Danny, and you know, seeing her win makes it possible for them to believe that there's love for them, there's peace for them, there's hope for them, there's joy for them. So
Absolutely. Oh, and Crystal, you know, for your character, I heard everyone saying how she stands on business. But also, the audience, you know, does not play about Zatima. You know, you and Deval. You know, what's it like for you, kind of managing that fandom, and also the fact everyone's like, we want to see that baby bump. They're so ready for that.
Right. It's crazy. The fandom, you know, when this show really took wings, we were in masks. So I was able to like those first years of like Sistas, I was able to kind of fly under the radar. And it wasn't until I was in Target one day with a mask on during COVID, talking to my dad, and a guy comes around the corner and goes, "Fatima?" And I was like, here we are,
over.
it's here, yeah. And it's taken adjusting, you know, like I love our fans. They are ride or die, they support us in everything that we do. And I'm so appreciative because that's how we've gotten 10 seasons, right? But it has taken adjusting because I'm an ambivert. So I'm very extroverted, but I can also be very introverted. And sometimes it's like, oh, it's a lot. You know, people are looking at you and it's like, you forget, like, oh, you watch me on TV. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? It's just like, it's like a weird, like, I'm like, what is it? They're like, can I take a picture? I'm like, oh, just say that. Like, don't give me the weird stare because it's making me nervous.
Right.
But with that, and then, what was your second question? Or did I answer both questions?
That baby bump. Are we going
The baby bump. So yeah, they seen it on Zatima.
Okay,
We waiting
that's
on
right.
them. We
Okay.
need sisters to
Gotta
catch
catch up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to catch up. So we're trying to figure out how we can like merge the two worlds where we're on the same timeline.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to explain how like she turned around one day and was like out here on Zatima, and I'm barely even showing. I just got a little food belly from lunch. They were like, I was like, I already got it. I don't need to add anything. But yeah.
Well, I want to go back. You know, Tunde, you made a point about coming into something that was already winning. I'm going to read a stat. I'm sure you all already know it, but for, you know, people who may not, according to Nielsen data as of late 2025, Sistas is on track to be the #1 scripted cable series of the year among Black adults 18 to 49 for the 5th consecutive year, as well as the top series on cable among all Black viewers for the 3rd year in a row.
Wow.
Unprecedented. Did you all know that?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I just got chills.
Yeah, it's
That's weird.
unprecedented. I think in this time, in this industry, 10 seasons, even as many episodes as you all have, you know, to what do you credit that longevity?
Man, I mean, first to God, you know, without him, none of this would be possible. And for giving Tyler Perry the vision. Tyler has built a name for himself where people are going to come. It doesn't matter what it is. Tyler Perry presents, oh, we're watching. So definitely God and Tyler for believing in us and following the vision that God gave him, and then for us running with it, you know. Yeah, that's what I would, and our fans. Yeah.
no notes.
All right.
Baby, give me some. If me said no, because my girl, she know how to put it together.
Take me back to season 1, 2019. Did you think you'd be here 10 seasons later?
No. No, my first pilot that I booked, I was so excited. It was for Fox.
Okay.
And they were like, we could go, you know, 20 seasons. And it didn't even get picked up.
Wow.
And so, you know, that kind of,
Yeah.
And then you kind of get jaded because you keep going out for projects and you keep chemistry reads, chemistry tests, and all these opportunities. And so when Tyler presented it to me, I'm speaking about myself, presented it to me, I was like, whoa, okay. But then I kind of was like, I'm excited, but also grain of salt this time because I don't know.
Remember,
I remember the heartache from before. So this is really an honor and a blessing. And, to Crystal's point, thank you, God. This industry can be very tough and to get an opportunity like this it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah.
And to have the supporters that we have, to have the love and the team that we have, because Tyler Perry Studios, they love on us so much.
They do.
So we can deliver, we can give our art to the world, which is our purpose in life. That's why we're doing this. So I did not imagine it, but now I'm like, 10 more, 10 more, can we do 10 more? Everybody else do 10 more.
Yes.
So yes, so I wasn't prepared to go 10, and now that we've done it, I want us to just keep going. I'm really proud of what we've done. I'm proud of the stories that we tell. Yeah.
And you saying that, like, I listened to both of your podcasts, the Orbital
thank
podcast,
you.
yes, and Keep It Positive, Sweetie. You both have talked about, like, divine timing. And I had just watched with PMJ where, like, delay is not denial. Yeah, it was
Baby,
so
it
good.
was-
And I'm curious, like, how did this series show up on time, for you all? And how do you maintain that belief system? Just as KJ was saying, like, things change so much in this industry. We've had strikes, fires, all kind of stuff. AI now. Like, how do you keep that belief, within the entertainment industry?
I mean, God has a track record, I think the only time we need to look back is when we need evidence for the things we're believing for the future. And we worked through a pandemic. How many strikes? 3?
Right.
Yeah.
Writers, actors,
We haven't missed a beat.
and the
Transpo.
Transpo,
Yeah.
yep.
There's a lot of
Like one of my friends, she's an actress, and she said, "You have something I've never had." And I was like, "What's that?" She said, "A season 2."
Wow. Ooh.
Just got chills.
So,
That makes me tear up.
I mean, and this is the beginning. That's the thing. We all started at the same place. This is the beginning. And it's just interesting when you look at it. It's like, this is a small thing for God. This is a small thing. Like for us, we're like, it's so hard. Who's gonna help me? But he's like, sweetie,
Right.
you're fine. And he will get you down to your last. I had $12 to my name. Let's be clear. But like, I love how he'll do that just so that when you get there, you know that if it had not been for the Lord on my side. And so now you can just go forward and face anything. And, I don't know, you don't want to get me talking about.
No, I do.
I love it.
We
I'm like
need
this.
this right.
Go on.
Right.
The Lord, yes.
Speaking the truth.
You just realize God don't play about me.
No.
You know what I
Come on
mean?
at
You really
all.
don't.
Like he don't, like, you just trust him. And I think when we trust God, it's easier to love ourselves and we can love one another. And this industry doesn't have to be toxic. It doesn't. But I think, I don't know, I think so many of us are questioning our own abilities and, we see how so many things are orchestrated and there's a lot of puppeteering going on. So you're like, how am I going to go up against that? It's like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not up to you. It's not your battle. So
That was good.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
you, this woman, I started listening to her book, by the way. I'm like an hour in, and girl, and it's just, I have so many more hours. Like, I think that's the other thing too. We're all people of faith.
Yeah.
Like we all have deep faith, and it's just because you guys said you were lucky. I think we feel really lucky that you guys came in with good energy too.
Absolutely.
Because you could have been total psychopaths.
Yes.
Like you could have assumed the worst about us. No, but you could have assumed the worst about us. You could have thought that they're not gonna be nice, so I'm just gonna put on a strong. Like it could be anything, but you guys came in
We're
and
definitely lucky.
yeah.
And I would say too, like with everything evolving, you talked about how things are changing. I was reading the book of Esther, and Mordecai was like, perhaps you were born for such a time as this. And I feel like God literally, like when you think about when God created you before you were in your mother's womb, it was literally, he thought of everything, even the time period that we would be living in. And he was like, I know you can handle this. You're built for this. So when you look around the world and all these things are happening and we don't understand, I always pull back to Esther and I'm like, I'm here for a reason. I was born for such a time as this. And God, what is it that you want me to do in this time?
That's good.
Because a number of times
You caught
it's
it?
like, how I become an adult when the economy go down with all this.
Recession.
That's a word. Yeah.
No, we literally filmed right before the writer's strike. No, the scripts came in
Yes.
right under the gun.
Wow.
So we started filming right as they went on strike.
Yeah, we did.
And then the actor strike was right when we wrapped. I was like,
And as soon as I was telling a story to someone, I was filming the podcast and I went downstairs to get an energy drink because it was the day of Tyler's Maxine Baby premiere. And as soon as I hit the last step, I was talking about how God just talks to me and I literally heard him say, the strike is over. And it was like, I was like, what? And I was like, I paused and I said, all right. So I kept on, got my drink, and I went back upstairs. We get to the premiere, and everybody, all the actors talking about, like, you know, like, hopefully they come up with something. I was like, it's going to be over today. And they're like, okay, I don't think it'll be over today. Literally, like, as the show's starting, it's starting to go in, everybody's phone starts going off. And people are tapping me. They're like, you said it was, I was like, God told me. Like, literally, like, he really just be saying stuff. And I'm like, all right.
But you listening. Yeah.
But like right after that, we went straight back to work. That was like God, like still providing, even in the midst. Yeah. Not to get too spiritual, but to get too spiritual.
Yeah.
That's what
you don't like it, change it.
It's not even just that he's talking to me, but that you listen.
Yeah.
You heard, you listen.
Yeah, when you learn to like hear it in that relationship, and like you said, the track record, it's like, okay, I can trust this.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because, Jordan, I was going to ask you about that with like All American Homecoming. I'm a huge All American franchise fan. You know, the show got canceled, sadly. Like, were you worried about what's my next move? Like, what's coming next?
To like piggyback off of everything, when I think of where I am now, I reflect on every single thing I've done to get here.
Yeah.
And I just remember every time I thought I was failing, I had to lean into God, and I know that He had a path that I just can't see yet, but I can't fail Him by quitting or thinking that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Like, I must keep putting forth 150% every single day. I said this to a group of kids one day. I was like, if you knew that you weren't going to get your big break until you were 50, would you keep acting? You know?
That's good.
And it's like, if you say no, then I don't think it's for you. You know, and every day God has proven time and time again that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And it comes to like, coming in on season 10 is a blessing, but it's not the easiest thing in the world either. And I truly think that God's timing brought us to here. How you guys said you're lucky. I'm like, it could have been anybody, but it's us two, and I really feel like that we can help carry the show in such a way that you guys have already been doing it. I just think everything happens for a reason. So when something like All American, you're like, oh, I wonder if I'll get a day back on that, or dang, why didn't this show get picked up? It's not like, oh, like, it's over. It's, no, there's something else coming. And that's just that. And you just keep working. You keep going to acting class. You keep going to dance class. You keep waking up and showing up for yourself. And it's going to happen. Because if you start falling back, then God's going to be like, well, you're not ready. You're showing me that you can't handle, you know, these little down moments.
Yeah.
And then now.
So you didn't have any fallback from it at all? There was never, like, whether it was a week or a month?
When I moved to LA from Florida, people were like, well, what are you going to do if it doesn't work out? What's your plan B? I never once had a plan B. Never once wrote down a plan B.
Okay.
Wow.
Good.
It was acting. It was always acting, whether it was going to happen when I was 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, me falling down, it just meant I have more days to go to acting class. I can go take an improv class now. I have more time on my hands to work on my craft.
Right.
So that when that opportunity comes, I am ready.
Yeah.
So that's how I took those moments.
Good.
Wow.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Proud of our little baby.
Little baby, little pumpkin.
I'm like the child of the group, but I'm not even that much.
Little baby.
We do very much.
I know.
really do. You really do.
Yes.
In my head, I mean, I know that I only met you, last year, but in my head, you're like 15.
Yeah,
Right. Mine too was like,
She's definitely
let me look
sweet
out.
It's because I'm still
16.
learning.
But today I was thinking about you too. Like I hadn't even realized you were a makeup artist like
Yeah.
before all of this for 15 years. So like this is hardly your first pivot, and so many people are afraid.
So many pivots.
Yeah.
She worked at a pizza place.
Yeah.
She worked at a gym.
Okay, Buck, come on. Fuzzy's Pizza, Sister
like,
Mary,
we need to
50
switch
years old.
places.
Come on.
Pizza.
It's the best pizza in Katy, Texas.
I'm curious, like, what gives you the courage? Like, so many people are like, I can't do it at this age. Or, like, I've been making this
Right.
money. I can't do something
Yeah.
different.
I mean, so I was a makeup artist for 16 years, traveled the country, the globe, training makeup artists. Then I have this itch. It's not even an itch, it was more than an itch. I always call it like this blue light moment where I had just taken my first cycling class. Not taught it, I took a cycling class for the first time. After I left the class, first of all, I was judging myself for spending, $45 for a 45-minute experience, water bottle, towel, the shoes, the whole thing. Like, Tunde, what's wrong with you? But after the class, I was in this state of euphoria. Within a matter of 5 seconds, I'm walking back to my hotel room. Within a matter of 5 seconds, I feel this wave of blue energy move through my body. I felt it in my fingertips, I felt it in my toes. And in that moment, I had this profound vision. I would say a download of information, divine download of information. I knew in that moment I was going to teach, or rather, I knew in that moment that I was gonna be cycling for the rest of my life. Okay. Not only that, I knew that I was gonna be teaching it because I saw myself on a podium, elevated. And then I knew that I was going to be able to impact the lives of millions of people by virtue of a bike. And I knew in that moment, it wasn't, yes, I was going to be able to impact people on the bike, but I knew that there was going to be a portal to tap into people through the bike. I had never heard of Peloton, didn't know what it was. Peloton was so small, I never heard of it, didn't know what it was. So then I get back to LA, because I was in New York for this trip. I get back to LA where I lived, and I tell my friends about this vision, and they look at me, and I think, because I have a very successful career as a makeup artist, I worked for it, I would have killed for that job, people would have killed me to have the job. And here I was saying, I want to go teach at a studio and make $25 per class and live on your couch. And I thought they were going to say I was crazy, and they start crying, and they say, Tunde, that sounds like the most fitting thing that you have ever said for you. I said, you've never even seen me cycle. I've only seen you do it once. They're like, we don't need to see you do it. It just sounds right for you. And so even then, I didn't quit my job. I had imposter syndrome. I said, I don't look like, walk like, talk like, or move like a fitness person. I was overweight growing up. I was always made fun of my size my entire life. Everything always came down to making fun of the way I looked. And so for me, I was like, nobody's gonna wanna see me on a stage. I'm not gonna motivate anybody. I say all this to say between being a makeup artist and then following this vision, hearing the voice, between that and then trusting it, leaning into it, working for the biggest fitness platform in the world. And Peloton wasn't Peloton when I started. It was just pre-pandemic. It was big, but it wasn't massive. From trusting my gut and following what I knew to be certain in that moment, to then write a book, to then start hosting, to then now start acting. I think it's just I'm listening to the call. I'm listening to the call. So when going back to you saying, how did you get here? I just keep listening to the call. And I think with makeup, I fell into it. It was never necessarily the plan. With fitness, I fell into it. It was never the plan.
Yeah.
The book, I always knew I wanted to tell my story. I always knew I wanted to write. That's one thing that I knew for sure. But everybody says I want to write a book. I didn't actually think I was going to write the book. You know what I'm saying? And then so here it's I'm just trusting that the plan, what the plan is that when I have an itch, an inkling or a desire or a hope or a goal to do something, I think that is the plan. The plan is when the itch comes, just do it because it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that everything's run smoothly. Doesn't mean that things have been easy. Doesn't mean that I haven't heard no 1 million times. But to Jordan's point, I think it's persisting beyond the no. I don't know what your question was.
That was
Did I answer what
answered
she
it.
asked?
You
What
answered
she
it.
asked me, KJ?
I don't remember either, girl. It was great.
But I think you got a new
answered
book
it.
out of that, though.
You got another
say?
book.
Call.
Yes.
Answer the call.
That's the next book.
Catch
God
it.
told me that. Drop
Catch it. Catch
Did y'all
it.
hear what Crystal say to the
Write that
camera?
down. Write that down.
God,
Say to the camera.
God told me her next book is Answer the Call.
I just got chills. Look at this.
Yes.
Look at my arm. Look at my arm.
No,
Look at
for
my
real.
arm.
No, for real.
That's it.
It's
No,
you, it's
for
gonna be you
real.
with the telephone on the book.
I'll be on the book cover like this.
You're writing a chapter in the book.
Hello.
There you go. Forward.
So just what did I just get myself? I
Did I just volunteer myself for another job?
I would gladly do it.
They're just gonna take over.
I know, no, I feel like I'm interrupting the manifestations. I'm in the way. Well, I want to ask the last question because they're telling me to wrap.
Last question.
I know.
Randy.
Like,
Back
too
to
much.
that. For me, when I watch the show, it's impossible for me not to think about my own friendships, you know, in life. And I'm curious how this series has changed what type of friend you are or the type of friends that you allow in your life.
It's made me such a better friend.
Wow.
It's made me such a better friend. Oh my goodness. And I didn't realize how bad of a friend I was until this show.
Wow.
Because it calls out, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you? And checking on friends. I'm like, oh my goodness, I would never do that. And I was like, oh, I've done that. You know, and so it's just made me an incredible friend. And also watching the show has made me stand 10 toes down on friendship. Like, this is the friendship I require. I'm not gonna require anything less because I deserve it and you deserve it.
Yeah.
And so now I have friendship standards.
Yeah.
And it's very important to me because now I'm a better friend. So now it's like, okay, well, that's also what I require.
Yeah.
That's what I need. So
Yes.
please and thank
That's
you.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I don't know, it's made me reflect on my friendships and what I've accepted.
Yeah.
Um,
And relationships.
and relationships, but I think they're all the same. I mean,
Yeah.
relationships require investments. And some friendships, you love them, you care about them, but it's charity.
Yeah.
You can't invest in it. You have to
Man.
spend time with them when the ones that are high yield or returning or the ones that have a long, you know, it's long term, but you invest where it's coming back. And then the people who reach out to you when you got the time, you know, yeah, I got a second. I got a second. I care. Actually, I want you to do well in life. I want you to be loved. I want you to prosper. But I can't invest anymore because there's no return. But it doesn't mean you're a bad person or I'm a bad person. And I think the other thing too is sometimes we get our feelings hurt because we overestimate our role in people's lives.
Say that again.
We hurt our own feelings because we overestimate our place in someone else's life.
So good.
Whatever information someone gives you about how they treat you, instead of being offended or hurt by it, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not a priority. Place them properly. I think the problem is that we want to force people to be what we need. And you can't do that. Friendship is sacrificial. It's freely given.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have standards and you can have requirements, but you can't demand. It's, you know, like, no greater love than this, than a man who would lay down his life for his friend. He didn't say his wife, he didn't say his lover. Friendship is, it's sacrificial and you choose. The same way you choose your partner, you choose. And you can't demand that of someone.
God, that's good.
So good.
That's good.
Maybe you do the second forward or something.
The second forward. The forward.
Thank you, ladies, so much for being here with us, for pouring into us, and congrats on another season.
Thank you.
Make sure you all tune in to Sistas every Wednesday on BET.